Southland or SEC? Big Sky or Big Ten? It's time to play FC Yes or No.
All right, before we get to 3 and out, we got to talk some FCS in FC Yes or No. I'm excited for this one. Army, Citadel. This isn't two FBS service academies, but these are two triple option military schools that are renewing their rivalry. The most illustrious moments in Citadel's history maybe were back in 1991 and 1992 when they beat Army. And they haven't played since Army beat them 25-24 back in 1994. Look, these teams are obviously very similar. They run triple options. They have to overcome some recruiting shortcomings in the talent department, and they do it with a unique scheme. Look, Citadel is not a great football team. Just throw that out right now. They've played 2 FBS schools already. They've also had a bye before this game. They've just been really sloppy. Like, if you go back to the South Florida game, they lost, I think, by 30. That game was like 7-6 towards the end of the first half. And then their punter was you got to say it. It was like I'll tweet it out. It was like the worst punt I've ever seen. He punted it like what? He was like trying to run back in the end zone. He muffed it, and then he ended up like punting it from the end zone a half a yard into another guy's hands. Went right into South Florida player's hands. So it was officially recorded as a punt for no yards and a no-yard kickoff, punt return touchdown. One of the most ridiculous plays you ever see. But they've had 24 penalties, 7 turnovers. I mean, it's been a mess. Against Eastern Kentucky, they also lost, I think, by 30. But the box score is dead even. This team has had to deal with a lot. They had 11 players opt out, including, an All-American transfer running back, most of their starting backfield. I mean, this is a team that had to play with a converted quarterback at the B-back. It was a mess. They do have a senior quarterback in Brandon Rainey. He'll run it like 20 times. Not going to be that explosive, but this is a team that's ran it 169 times in 3 games. They're 0-3. They're averaging only 3.7 yards per carry. They did find a little something against Eastern Kentucky, though. They ran it 67 times for 347 yards. Again, the yards were about equal. Citadel just turned it over 3 times and didn't force any. So I think with this bye week, over the 2 weeks, they can clean some of that up. They can get their conditioning right. Like their backfield, again, it was a converted quarterback at slot back and a converted linebacker at fullback, both freshmen against USF, and they had no depth. So like these guys were so winded, and so they started to iron some of that out against Eastern Kentucky. Now they have a bye week. They see the triple option all the time on defense, and we know the triple option history, the 8 unders between service academies that hit about an 80% clip. So you know that this game, there's going to be not a lot of possessions. The clock's going to be speed racing. I think that Citadel, coming after a bye, this is their Super Bowl. They're going up to Army. This is their final game of the year. This is their 4th and final game. That's all they have. And, for their seniors to try and get this win, they're going to be up for this game. So, I always love Service Academy unders. I immediately took an under 51 when this came out. I immediately took plus 31. I like under 47 or above. I think the total's now at 47, 48. I like Citadel at anything 30 or above. I think this game will be ugly, and Citadel will hang around just enough to lose by 3 touchdowns by 24. And keep in mind that these coaching staffs are very, very close. They run in the same recruiting circles. Army's hired people from Citadel. They've had like Zoom meetings. They visit each other. I mean, they're just in the same circles of these military academies. Very, very close teams. I don't think Army would, under any circumstance, try to run this up. They're not going to have a last-second score like you saw against Abilene Christian. Oh, I still have nightmares about that. So I think you would see knees instead. So that maybe could come into play. So I like the under, and I like Citadel in the FCS special between 2 military academy schools. I think this is on 1:30 on CBS Sports Network. So, I'll find a TV somewhere to have this on.